We started the day in the van after spending the night at a rest area just outside of the Outer Banks. We decided to kick off the morning with a drive to McDonald's for some breakfast sandwiches, followed by a quick stop at Dunkin' for our much-needed coffee. With our meals in hand, we set off toward the nearest park, eager to find a peaceful spot where we can enjoy our breakfast while soaking in the coastal scenery.
Settling into a semi-secluded area, about a quarter mile off the main road, we discovered a breathtaking view of the water as we unwrapped our sandwiches and sipped our coffee, letting the gentle sounds of nature set the tone for the day. The view was so stunning that John couldn't resist pulling out his electric unicycle for a quick ride along the waterfront. I watched, smiling, as he effortlessly glided along the path, his silhouette framed against the sparkling waves.
Eventually, it was time to move on. We packed up and made our way across the Wright Memorial Bridge, heading into Kittyhawk. Our excitement for the day's adventures was momentarily stifled by a massive traffic jam on the bridge. We sat there for what felt like an eternity, itching forward little by little. But even in the inconvenience, we found joy. Rolling down the windows, playing our favorite road trip playlists, and chatting about all the things we wanted to do. Once traffic cleared, we pushed onward, making our way north into the charming town of Duck.
The boardwalk was calling our names, and as we strolled along, the warm breeze and rhythmic sound of small waves lapping against the shore made the slow morning feel even more serene. At the end of the dock, we found a kayak launch and took a moment to dip our toes in the cold water, a refreshing contrast to the sun's warmth. Further along the boardwalk, we stumbled upon Super Wings, the classic souvenir shop that we simply couldn't resist. An obligatory Outer Banks sweater and a sticker later, we were back on track towards our next highly anticipated stop, Duck Donuts. I had been thinking about it all morning, eager to get my hands on a peanut butter marshmallow donut.
I opted for the Coconut Island Bliss, topped with chocolate icing, peanuts, and coconut shavings. The store's layout was unique, requiring us to order in one shop and pick up our donuts in another across the boardwalk. After placing our orders, we hurried across the boardwalk just in time to watch as our gourmet treats were made fresh before our eyes. The sweet aroma filled the shop as they drizzled icing, sprinkled toppings, and carefully boxed our order. Our mouths watered as we hurried back to the van, eager to indulge in the warm, decadent donuts while basking in the van's much-needed air conditioning.
Once we satisfied our sweet tooth, we drove back south towards Kittyhawk, making our way to the beach. To our surprise, parking was completely free, a rare and welcome find. A short walk led us to the ocean, where the crashing waves and stunning view of Kittyhawk Pier made us pause to take it all in. The beach was peaceful, the salty air invigorating. We walked along the shore, allowing the freezing water to wash over our feet, the sensation sending shivers up our spines but also grounding us in the moment. Under the pier, the sand shifted beneath our steps, dissolving with the tide as we continued on our path. After a little bit of time enjoying the beach, we started to make our way back to the van and cleaned our feet, leaving behind the sand while taking the memories that we've made so far.
We discovered how close we were to the Wright Brothers National Memorial, the place where Wilbur and Orville Wright achieved the first successful airplane flights in 1903. As a big fan of aviation, the day wouldn't be complete without a visit. We arrived just in time, barely making it through the gates 10 minutes before they closed. We weren't able to go inside, but managed to take a few pictures, capturing the historic essence of the site before heading out once more. With the day winding down, we decided it would be a good idea to start heading towards the KOA campground that we just reserved earlier in the day. Being so hot throughout the day, we wanted to stay somewhere with full hookup so we can utilize the van's air conditioning all throughout the night. We crossed back over the Wright Memorial Bridge onto the mainland and headed north towards the campground. We were pretty excited to stay there because it was essentially at the very tip of a peninsula, and you had a view of the water all throughout the park. We set up at our campsite, which isn't much for a little camper van, just water, electric, sewer, and the awning. And it was my favorite part of the day, golden hour, just before sunset. We couldn't let this beautiful weather and beautiful sunset go to waste, so we decided to take a little tour of the small campground. Kayla walking, and me on my electric unicycle.
Hey, look! I'm a lighthouse!
We made a few laps around the park, each time the sun getting lower and lower, the sky getting prettier and prettier as the water glistened and shimmered with reflections of orange and pink. It was the perfect ending to a perfect day. One filled with adventure, unexpected detours, and the simple joy of experiencing a new place. Together.